So today's BBC is in response to an email we received from somebody doing the retreat from afar. And this person was asking about the Buddha's mantra, the history of mantra, the meaning of mantra, and the practice of mantra, and how to incorporate mantra practice into daily life. So that's what I thought to talk about. Okay, so first, the pronunciation of the mantra is Om Mune Mune Maha Muneya Soha. Okay, you can say the Tayata before, but if you're saying many, many of them, you usually omit the Tayata. So in terms of the meaning, Tayata means it is like this. Om represents the Buddha's body, speech, and mind, which is what we want to attain. Muni means capable. So it's Muni, Muni, Mahamuniya. Okay, capable, capable, greatly capable. So the first capable is, and there's different ways of describing this, okay? But the first capable is that the Buddha's wisdom is capable of eliminating the afflictive obscurations. So those are the ones that keep us trapped in samsara. The second, Mune, is that he's capable of overcoming the self-centered thought that prevents us from entering the Mahayana. And the third, greatly capable, Mahamuniya, is that the Buddha's wisdom is capable of overcoming the cognitive obscurations that obscure the mind from obtaining the omniscience of a Buddha. Okay, so that's the meaning of it. In terms of what mantra are for and where they come from, okay, one way of thinking of them is that when a Buddha was in a very deep state of meditative equipoise on the nature of reality, combined with, their bodhicitta and their simultaneous wisdom knowing all phenomena, the words that or sounds that came out of their mouth were the mantra. So it's like you have this realized state, and then the sound or the words coming out of that are how the Buddha expresses that realization. Okay? So from a Buddha's point of view, you start with the realization and it gives birth to the mantra. From our point of view, we're reciting the mantra, we're going the other way. We're starting with the mantra, trying to get into the Buddha's state of realization. Okay, so that's one way to see mantras, where you can really see, and feel their connection to the state of a Buddha's mind. Okay, in terms of the history of mantras, just the history in the world, at least our world, I know Hindus, definitely have mantras. I think in Christianity, Hail Marys and all those kinds of things would be considered mantras, something that you say repetitively that is designed to, one, help you focus your mind, and two, go get some kind of feeling for a realization, and three, to think of the qualities of the holy beings. Okay, so that's how it came about. And most spiritual traditions, you say things, don't you? Yeah, if you're not saying mantras, you're saying prayers, you're doing some kind of recitations. Yeah, and so some people say, oh, mantras, you're just repeating the same thing over and over again, and it's just creating more conceptual and linguistic blah blah in the mind. Okay, but if you look, it's like every tradition has this. Yeah, and also I think the skill of mantra is that it's taking our natural tendency to talk to ourselves, and our natural tendency for mental chatter, for consistent, as you've probably noticed by now, entering the second week of retreat, consistent chatter and noise in the mind. Okay, so it's taking our habituation with that and tendency towards that and flipping it and saying, okay, let's use that same energy, that same speaking, so to speak, to focus our mind on the qualities of the holy beings. Let's use that tendency to focus our mind and develop some concentration in general, instead of just letting the thoughts proliferate all over the place without our having any mindfulness or introspective awareness about what's going on. Okay, does that make some sense to you? Can you see that? So there, okay, you can see the purpose of reciting mantra in the break time especially, okay? So in the break time is when we, our senses are looking at everything and we're doing daily life things. And it's much easier then for the mind to get distracted and the opinion factory start overproducing opinions, especially the critical, judgmental kinds, okay? And so in that time, reciting mantra is very good. It quiets the mind. It focuses the mind on something positive, okay? So especially, when I think many people here, we suffer from all the negative talk about ourselves, and self-hatred, and I'm inferior, and I can't do this right, and I can't do that right. So that kind of talk, as well as these people are inferior and they can't do this right, So all this, when you see that going on in your mind, you stop it and you chant mantra, okay? And that occupies the mind with something that is going to steer you towards virtue instead of the mind being all crazy, okay? So that's in break time. In your session time, the mantra serves the same purpose of concentrating the mind and helping you think of the qualities of, in this case, the Buddha. It could be of whatever deity you're meditating on. And so sometimes when you're doing it, because in most practices, you're doing visualization together with mantra, and visualization is just as mantra is co-opting our tendency for mental chatter, visualization is co-opting our tendency for daydreaming and envisioning all these things we want or all these things we hate or any of that, okay? So you're trying to do both at the same time. Sometimes in your practice, you focus more on the visualization. The mantra's still there, it's more in the background. Okay, but it's keeping your mind steady. Other times, you focus more on the sound of the mantra and really let your mind sink into the vibration of the mantra. And the visualization is there, but it's more in the background. So you can kind of play around with it and see how it works. Okay, sometimes you might be able to see that the energy of the mantra and your energy aren't getting along so well. And it's very interesting to observe that time, because when you really get into the mantra, the mind calms down, it becomes smooth, it's, there's a totally different energy when you're completely into the sound and the vibration of the mantra. And then when our mind is into the sound and vibration of all of our opinions and critiques and all this stuff, all the mind that the should mind, when our mind is into that, the energy is totally different. Yeah, your angry mind, what's the energy of your angry mind? You can even see it. I mean, people's body when they're angry, their face gets red, what is it? Your veins start pulsating. Yeah. One night I was, somehow, when I was traveling, I was at a hotel. I turned on the TV for the heck of it because it said that there was going to be some, born-again evangelical speaking, and I had never seen anything like that. So I thought I should watch it for a few minutes and see what it's like. Boy, this guy's energy, it was amazing. I mean, he was screaming, and his face was red, and his veins were... And I was going, boy, this is really different than the Buddha's energy. Yeah, really different. Yeah? So in the same way, when we get angry, our mind and our energy is exactly like that. And so you can see when you're angry, and then the energy of the mantra, it's like, these two don't go together. And that's when you really need to, okay, what's going on in my mind, and feel that energy in your body also, and just relax it. Say the mantra very gently. Don't say the mantra, I want a baby, I want a baby, I want a baby. No, you're changing your energy. Yeah. So say it gently and let your whole energy and your mind settle down. Okay? So very effective to work with mantra in these kinds of ways. Okay? So our mantra, we have mantras already, but our mantras are defective. Our mantra is, I deserve more, and it isn't fair, and why don't they do this? Okay, so we have, and we recite these over and over again to ourselves, don't we? And the I am worthless mantra. I am worthless, I am worthless, I am worthless, I am worthless, I am worthless. And we get distracted by, I am worthless, I am worthless. I am stupid, I am stupid, I am stupid. And then we get distracted from that to, I'm an idiot, I can't do anything right. Versions of the same old rotten mantra that we recite over and over to ourselves. So we're trying to put that one down, take up one where the energy is positive and where the meaning is going to turn us towards virtue and completely change the ambience of our mind.